Let's refer back to the completed strength session program card. When starting to write your program, it is best to be systematic with your approach. Start by filling in the client's details and their start and their follow-up date. Recall that if you are writing the program for a beginner, then the follow-up program date should be about 6 to 8 weeks' time. This changes if you are dealing with an intermediate or an advanced person. Next, fill in the client's SMART goals and any special considerations that they may have. For example, if the client has an injury or conditions such as asthma or diabetes, this is where you would write it. From here, prescribe the exercise for the workout first that will achieve the goal. Then plan the warm-up activities to prepare and rehearse for the actual workout. Next, plan the cool-down, ensuring that it provides adequate recovery post-workout. When choosing the appropriate exercises for the client, take care to consider the ordering and the complexity of the exercises. In this example, the ordering is logical in that the big compound type of exercises are done first, and with the most complex exercises. So the barbell squat and the chin-up are completed early on in the session. Note that this is in accordance with the rules of programming. As you can see, the ordering of the muscle groups are legs, back, chest, back, shoulders, and then the core. Now this is just one of many different ways to order your session. Exactly how you choose to order your muscle groups is dependent on the overall style of the session and the time availability of your client. The key here though is to always ensure that your muscle groups are balanced. For example, a push exercise must be balanced out with a pull exercise. Some examples of different ordering options include back, legs, chest, shoulders and core, or possibly chest, legs, back, shoulders and then core. You may even decide on the exercises according to the different movement patterns. For example, you may pick a squat, a lunge, a push, a pull and core. Either way, ensure that the exercises and the ordering that you have selected are the ones that are most appropriate for your client's level. The next step is to choose the correct number of sets, reps, weight, rest, and tempo for your client. These variables need to follow the guidelines for the desired outcomes or the goals of strength, hypertrophy, or muscular endurance. Now, since it is unlikely that a client will know what starting weights to use, it is up to you to select it for them. You will also be unlikely to know what they can lift. So instead of writing in an actual amount, write in what the intensity should be for that particular exercise. As you can see on the program card in the weight column, PRE is used. Therefore, when taking the client through the program, you must explain the PRE scale at the start of their session so that they can work with you to find the correct weight. Now in the real world, once you are showing your client through the program, you would use their PRE to select their actual weight and then write it into the program card. Following on from that section is the completion of the warm-up and the cool-down parts. The warm-up should contain both a specific and a general warm-up, and again provide the client with as much detail as possible. Here in the cool-down section, you will notice that there is no specific cool-down included, as you will be encouraging the client to walk around and perform active recovery between sets and exercises. The program contains its own natural cool-down by default, because the last couple of exercises are less intense and therefore the heart rate will lower. Also, the core exercise, which is a plank with a rotation, is completed on the floor. So again, by default, the working heart rate will be reducing. Lastly, make sure the recovery time between the workouts is completed. For example, 48 hours is noted. And add any other information that you think is of importance to your client in the comments section. The final step before taking your client through the program is to review it and ensure that you are satisfied with it. Now that you are armed with all the pieces of the puzzle for program design, the only one thing left for you to do is to actually go and write programs. You need some guinea pigs to practice on, so rope in your friends, your family, and start practicing. And just remember, the more you do it, the easier it becomes.